Hey again, it's time for Q&A week again, and you know what that means? Squeak! Ponies! No, it doesn't. Why would you think that? I don't know. Maybe it's in the title? So what is this week's question anyway? Oh, this explains so much. So, question. What are your thoughts on My Little Pony? Friendship is Magic. Well, first off, may I state that magic is heresy, and by the God Emperor's command, all heretics shall burn. Fortunately, I'm a Slanesh follower rather than that stingy old corpse god, so I'm perfectly fine with friendship. But no, the question's actually a lot more interesting than you might think, because it actually covers a fair bit of other points about world design and such. So let's get into that, shall we? First off, MLP is a great example of world design done well. Lots of little things happen constantly. Little traditions, little changes, stuff like how they don't have hands, so objects and speech often are changed to reflect this. There's cultural points which stand out, and just in general, the fact of the matter is that the world is distinctive enough, with some key traits to it that individuals can clearly picture themselves within it. Now, I'm not really that huge into the show myself. Admittedly, I've only watched the first 2 episodes and clips here and there, but it does tend to stand out as being ideal for creating a distinctive world. More than that is that it's broad and vague enough for fans to make stuff out of it. Videos, music, stories, you name it. Not only do they create content based upon such, but the show even incorporates some small references hidden throughout to let the fans realize that they're part of what makes it what it is. There's a lot of lessons to be learned from MLP about how to engage with your audience and how to structure a world in such a way that people can get into it in a big way. Now, how does this relate to my work in particular? Well, one of the biggest things will be the issue of content creation. I don't have any issues with people making derivatives from my work and making money off it. Like, if you want to make an animated series based off Saorsa for YouTube, go right ahead. You can't say it's official Saorsa stuff, as it may clash with plans I personally have for the universe, but by all means, make use of the stuff I've presented and expand upon it. Tell tales of the games you've played, of the characters you've designed, of the worlds you've created, and with Saorsa as a basis. I want to see people create art and music and grow attached to such. And this is one of the biggest lessons to be learned in product identity these days. Trying to keep an iron grip upon your IP only stifles its growth and restricts your fans from partaking in it. To a degree, there are limitations based upon media. For something like a TV show, the money comes from people watching the show, which doesn't really cost them more than it would for them to have cable TV in general. When it comes to something like a movie or a game, often that's a bit different, and the same rules don't entirely apply any longer. Now, in my case, Saorsa as a base game will be released free of charge to the public. I intend to be making my money off the expansion content and donations, but I want to make sure everyone can play it who wants to. I want to change the entire industry by a substantial margin, and I want people to have the game they deserve to play and haven't been able to get. Fortunately, because of such, it means I'm working more along the lines of MLP setup, where I'm not forced to generate sales in quite the same way, so I don't have to be nearly as strict about the IP I'm working with and what people can do with it. And that means if people want to create stuff based off Saorsa, then they're totally free to do so, much in the same way that MLP fans are mostly able to do the same, with the same catch that they can't claim they've made official content for the game, nor the show in MLP's case. But yeah, to get back to the question, I think the show's kinda neat. Not exactly my thing, but not bad by any means. And I do love how they actually do stuff with the fans in mind. Little in-jokes and so on have slipped in here and there, or references they may get. The fact that they have a world that generates external content and then adapts itself based upon that external content, which furthers the creation of more external content, is a wonderful cycle, and one I do highly admire. Overall, it's important as a whole because it shows what can happen when you work with your fans rather than against them, as has traditionally been done in most forms of media due to fear of losing control of one's intellectual property rights and the capacity to make money from the thing you've made. We've shown pretty clearly in recent years, though, that you can make a reasonable living making good quality stuff. People want to give their money to reward people who make things they enjoy. They may not have a lot of money to throw at people they like, but they want to see more and to buy the things they desire. The whole "shut up and take my money" meme exists for a reason, and a very good reason at that. People don't want to spend their money on bills. They want to spend it on fun. They want to spend money on the things they want to do more than the things they have to do. As such, I have faith. It perhaps may be a bit too much since I'm putting all of my career at stake here, but I have faith enough that I can support myself for a living by creating a world people can immerse themselves in easily, and that they'll provide enough finances that I can survive doing so, even if I let them make money off tangential creations of their own. Anyway, I know quite a few MLP fans, and you know, I kinda look up to what they've done with it. I'd like to go about it with similar plans myself, if maybe to a slightly further extent. So, yeah, I've been talking about ponies for a while now, so I think we can call it here. So that I'm out, and I'll see you next time.